something. Who knows? As far as reports this week, tomorrow's number is probably going to be the biggest number that the market will be expecting. That being the CPI inflation number, which Friday did okay, and actually overnight pushed us up a little bit, and then all of a sudden we've been slowly drifting down here to the downside. All right, we continue to downtick support down here to the 92 area. Welcome to some of the new folks that are here. We are trading mini S&Ps, looking for opportunity to scalp the market for about 2 or 3 points on our trades with this kind of volatility. And we're looking for those inflection points. Those inflection points could occur with levels that we gave out, in addition to price action opportunities that might occur once the market paints some bars. The combination of both those opportunities gives us areas that we're looking for to scalp the market. Like I said, 2 or 3 points right now, it sounds like a doable amount, as there are just barely 100 lots back in the ladder ticket right now, so that's making it a little bit more viable. Yeah, quickly, swiftly coming down here. We got a little support down here at the 92 area. All right, we got down here to well, I mean, we have support down to 92, so that's my call out if you're asking about me calling out trades. Okay. We give you support and resistance opportunities. How you enter them is absolutely up to individual traders, how you scale into them, how many contracts you trade. That's all an individualized thing. So we give you an area to trade, and then it's up to the individual trader to understand his risk tolerance and then trade it accordingly. So give you the areas of areas that we feel that the market will give us an opportunity to scalp, and then again, it's all based on the analysis that we do with the work that we teach to our students, and helping you find those areas, helping you understand why they would work, and then how you would trade them to maximize profits based on your each individual's risk tolerance. And everybody here is a little bit different, but nobody trades the same, as you might expect. So that's why I don't just as we got filled here on the 92 area. And we'll see what we want to do here. Again, the market got a little bit slippery here over the last, I don't know, like I said, it's in a half hour or so. So be a little bit careful. We are trading mini S&Ps here. What do you mean the ticket? What ticket do you need to see as far as a ticket? Again, we have a buy area down there to 92, and we're getting a nice little rotation here off of our buy area. That's a support area, I should say, not a buy area. So I don't understand what you mean. ticker symbol? Sure. The ticker is, we're trading mini S&Ps, ES, and the March contract. And we're getting a nice rotation here against our 92 area. Again, this is a support level that we had. And we are getting a nice rotation there off of it. That it would be an area that we bought since it's a support level. And that's the trade that we put on just now, in case you were asking. We've been talking about it since the market opened up here. We're got support down at 92, and we got a nice rotation off of the 92. So to get down to 90 for a second, for a quick second, 89.75 there. Hopefully you were able to. I mean, it was just happened on the same rotation that we got filled. So maybe you were able to. Didn't have time to. Well, it depends. Hopefully you were able to use a 3-point stop because we're getting down. If you did use an automatic stop at 2 points, then probably got filled. We were scalping, but also taking positions dependent on the individual trader. Not everybody scalps. Not everybody trades the same. So how you enter your trades are all based upon, and how you manage your trades are all based upon individual traders. So if you bought the 92 and you have multiple contracts, you can obviously scalp it for more than just 2 or 3 points here. So we don't use Trading View to chart. When we have these charts, can you see the charts that we have? Then we are, that's what we're using. That is a Gina Trader. So everybody has different charts. Again, everybody has their own uniqueness with your trading. Nobody here trades the same way. So again, everybody has their own way of entering trades, managing trades, and getting out of them, staying into them. So we're trying to find those areas of inflection to give you that opportunity to scalp the market. As now we continue, once we had this rotation to give us our little opportunity to make money on the little buy area that we have, and next support level we have is all the way down at the 82 here, where all we're trying to do is take advantage of ebbs and flows of the market, finding those opportunities to scalp the market, and trying to take advantage of the gyrations in the market, trying to find those inflection points. Bonds here on their highs, kind of adding to the inverse relationship dynamic that sometimes goes hand in hand with bond trading and equities. Not all the time, but sometimes. So we had a nice little scalping opportunity there. If you did jump in and we had a nice at least 5-point rotation there. If you had a trailing stop with anything left over, you probably got filled as the market here continues to downtick. We're looking at the 82 area as the next support area. Right. Resistance right now would be around the 04 area if we pop back up there. Yeah, let's see if we have any numbers. Like I said, I don't think we have any numbers coming out this morning. No, nothing to be concerned about. The market rotates back up here, got down to 86 area and popped back up. The Turkish lira plunged as much as 7% overnight to a new record low of 15 to the dollar as concerns snowball over President Erdogan's risky monetary policy. He believes it is unorthodox approach that higher rates cause inflation rather than to prevent it. But despite the belief, the annual figures reached 21.3% alone in November. Soaring inflation has had devastating impact on Turkey's emerging economy, reliant on imports, while sharply eroding Turkey's earnings and savings. Last week, the apparent relative stability of the Turkish dollar was artificial and non-sustainable. Now we see that the build-up pressure unfolding, driving lira weakness to its next level. You're having a little trouble over there. The latest crash was prompted by the central bank's fourth market intervention in 2 weeks, with the slide leaving the lira worth about just as half the value at where it started the year. Under pressure from Erdogan, Turkey's central bank is also expected to cut its policy rate by another 100 basis points to 14% this year, after slashing the rate 400 basis points since September. Late on Friday, S&P affirms Turkey's long-term foreign currency rating of B+. Of course they would. But it revised its outlook to negative on the uncertain policy direction. A B+ rating. Yeah, I love those S&P people, right? Just gotta love those ratings people. Erdogan is also expected to hold talks today with central bank governor, finance minister, as well as the heads of state-owned banks. It's uncertain where those will lead, as he has fired 3 central bank chiefs over the last 2 years due to disagreements over monetary policy. Brawls and fistfights have even broken out among lawmakers in the Turkish parliament as the opposition fight the government's handling of the economy. I would say that's a little bit of a problem over there. A nice rotation here, got down to 86 and change there and pop back up. We have support down at the 82 area. Right now we got resistance up at the 04. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask in the chat box area. I don't mind it. Just giving you a safer outlet. Also anticipating where that blue band's going to be. All right. Market's kind of a little bit weak. It's stayed weak about an hour ago. It started rotating to the downside and has been staying that way. If we wanted to get short, there was probably an area to get short up at 10, right? But it was before the market opened up, so we were not around here. I mean, just we opened up at 8:30. It happened before, so yeah. So that's what happened there. All right. At least 30 tornadoes teared across 6 United States, U.S. states on Friday and early Saturday morning, with some even causing passive destruction over 200 miles long. The worst of it happened in Kentucky, where the governor said the death toll could exceed 100. Crazy. The storm was all more unusual because it came in December, when twisters are normally limited due to cold weather. So there's something else happening in the atmosphere besides just this. We had some nasty. It was very, very windy. Actually, it woke me up here, and we had a tree fall in the backyard. Right, well, not back, side yard there, and had to get somebody to tear it, take it off. It fell onto the street, so of course the city doesn't come and clean it up. We have to clean it up. It's been actually warm enough that we don't have to have a wind chill, but it's actually going to be 60s the next 2 days, and then back in the 30s. So this is Chicago weather. This is like goofy. You don't get 60s in December, but that's what they're calling for this week. So who knows? Anything. You have every other number up there. Could you make sure it goes to just us? Thanks, Don. All right, so those storms, like I said, they were very loud this weekend, and it's destructive. Damage will easily be in the hundreds of millions, if not $1 billion, according to some analysts. One of Amazon's factories or storage or whatever places got the wind. So a tornado ripped off the roof of an Amazon facility in St. Louis and reduced a 11-inch thick concrete wall that was no longer than a football field to rubbles. That was longer than a football field to rubbles. Yeah, I mean, that is like amazing, right? It's just amazing. Mother Nature is amazing. November's consumer inflation reading of 6.8 in the United States, the highest since 1982. As the market continues to downtick, we got support down at the 82 area. So if you're trading, we are trading, even though kind of wait for opportunities to trade. That's what we like to do here. We don't like to jump in for no reason. Coming down here to the 82 area. And obviously, if you jumped in there at 83, you got fill there. And getting a nice rotation here. Again, everybody scales in a little bit differently. So you scale in a point above and below, half a point above and below. If you scaled in here at a point, you got a nice quick rotation, quick 3 points on the trade. case you didn't get it before, you got it now. All right, the market there is the now be careful there at the 82 since 83 work. Maybe you take the lower end of the entry point on 80 on the 82 area. Again, depending on your risk tolerance and how you are trading. We don't recommend any brokers, but if you, I mean, we don't. If you need a broker, we can recommend one to you. We use brokers. I've been with this. I've been with this company since I was trading on the floors. So it's a more local company. You know that works off in Chicago for traders who used to be on the floor. I mean, it's just a local company. So Dorman, you're here, Dorman. Yeah, our more local company that there's a lot of traders and well, used to anyway. I don't know if it still does, but I'm sure it does. We're coming down here to the 82 area again. Be a little bit careful there since we did bounce of 83. Maybe, like I said, change your entry point a little bit or adjust it just a little bit. Yeah, any futures contract. Oil, currencies, whatever you fancy. And again, coming down here to the 82 again. If you're going to enter this trade, adjust your entry point a little bit here because of the bounce off of the 83. Good morning there, Jamie. Yeah, we do. We are trading every day. And we used to be on the floor of the exchange, but because of COVID and the fact that they basically closed the floor, we're not on the floor of the exchange anymore. But still allows us to trade. And we are trading many S&Ps, trying to get scalping the market, trying to find the areas of inflection that create opportunity for us to scalp the market. If you look at the levels, you'll see, and then we're going to show the levels right now in the chat room. Those are the ones we use as a guide for the day. Those give us our inflection points or areas of that we're looking for to give us opportunities to trade. Again, we talked about adjusting your entry point against the 82 because we got down to 83 and had a nice rotation off of that. Again, if you're scaling in, how you're managing your trades is very important. You have to see what the market is doing and look at the price action prior to the 82. And now we suggested making an adjustment into the 82 area because of the way it traded prior to getting down here. You have to be, we try to explain price action to you in our education course. The levels that we give out are all part of the course that we talk about. We show you what areas that are important, what to look for, how to trade them, how to make adjustments to them, et cetera, so that you can keep yourself in the game. All right, we said make an adjustment there, maybe down to 81, and we got a nice rotation here off of that adjustment. You took a little bit of heat there, but nothing to be too concerned about. And you got a nice rotation up here to the 83. If you want to try to stay long with any extra contracts, you could, and see if we can get back up to the 86 area. Again, everybody trades a little bit differently, so I only suggest what, you all have to do what is in your capacity of risk and how much risk each individual trader wants to take, how many contracts you trade, how you enter your trades, how you scale in. Those are all individualized. We can only suggest areas that we believe the market will give us an opportunity to trade. And we talked you through this 82 area as we got down to 83, had a nice rotation up. We suggested making an adjustment on the entry point against 82, maybe down to 81. And we had a nice, getting a nice rotation there off of that adjustment. All right. We are trading, we're not even trading stocks, we're trading equity futures. So we don't do options, we're just trading the futures contract. All right, nice rotation there. If you have a trailing stop with if you bought any extras down there, any extra contracts, you're scaling out of it. You're also having a trailing stop to try to take more than 2 or 3 points out of your trades. We could have done that with the first level that we had, and now you can do it right here with the second level as well. If you made a little bit of an adjustment on your entry point, can I just talk you through the trades here? Again, not everybody trades the same. If you're just trading one lots and you got in and you got out, that's fantastic. Nothing wrong with that either, right? And now you look for the next opportunity. Right now, we got resistance around the even area. If you're trying to stay long against the 82 area there, they have a trailing stop. And that way you can maximize your profit potential. Again, the market is, this is how we can take more than 2 or 3 points on our trades. And like I said, you got to remember these nice rotations off of our levels when we get blown out of some of them, right? So keep your stops in place when when market is going against us. That way you can take advantage of these rotations and maximize your profits to the upside when you have a nice opportunity. And they're bouncing off of our levels very nicely like this. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask. So November's inflation reading was 6.8. The highest since 1982 is reinforcing the narrative that the Federal Reserve will have to do more to combat the soaring price pressures. The central bank is set to quicken its pace of taper asset purchasing, which will set the stage for earlier interest rate hikes. FOMC policymakers will meet tomorrow and Wednesday. Oh, great! With investors hoping to gain insight into the release of the summary of economic projections, especially the closely watched dot plot. I love the dot plot. It's a new thing that they're looking at the Fed. The dot plot. Chairman Powell has already said it's time to talk about speeding up the tapering by a few months during his testimony. To Congress on November 30th. Since those comments, the jobs picture, the other side of the dual mandate, has flashed mixed signals. The number of non-farm payrolls created last month was far below the consensus, but the unemployment rate was better than expected. I think that there's a plan right now to probably in 3 rate hikes next year, 4 rate hikes in 2023, said some analysts from JP Morgan. High probability the Fed will hike rates in March, though he doesn't expect the policymakers will pencil in the timeline in the dot plot. Where the Fed is now and where the Fed will be in 3 months are 2 different things. He wrote in his notes on December 7th. Investors globally are preparing for 20 other central bank meetings this week. Oh God, what is it? I got the pre-holiday meetings getting rid of them. As the markets come down here, if you had a trailing stop, you probably should have got filled somewhere along the line there. So you're out of any trade and we're flat right now. The outlook of global monetary policy and transition across multiple geographics are at varying speeds is a recipe for volatility, and one could argue so are increased risks around the virus. All the noise and cross currents means volatility is a more likely outcome, which again, that bodes well for us. We do like volatility, gives us opportunity. Volatility gives us opportunity to trade. We like volatility, but we like to trade volatility. We can't create it, obviously. We just can't create volatility. When the Fed raises rates, so I think the market will sell off. No, I don't. I think it's already in it. I mean, they're already talking about it, so it's not like it'll be a big surprise, right? I mean, there's just a matter of when. The speed at which it's going to happen maybe is the only criteria that would create some volatility as far as breakage is concerned to the downside. I don't know. If it happens a lot sooner or a lot quicker, than most people are expecting, but I think it is going to happen. We were long against our level there at the 82. If we can repeat the levels again in the chat. These are levels that we had this morning, that we gave out this morning. And as you can see here, we had a rotation against our 92 area, which worked out very nicely for us. And then here on the 82 area as well. And now we're flat. So we were long down in those support levels. Those are support and resistance around our pivot. We're trying to find those areas that we can find for an inflection to give us an opportunity to scalp. And we've had nice opportunities there against our first two levels of support. Right now we've got resistance around the even area up on top. We gave out those levels before the market opened up, and they're just a guide to the day. We can add to them, subtract from them, delete them, tweak them a little bit. We adjusted our 82 area earlier. If you were with us, we suggested maybe adjusting it down to maybe 81 because of the way the market was trading prior to that. And so consequently, you maybe got in at a better entry point, and then the market here is continuing to pop. It had a nice rotation to the upside, and now we are coming back down here. Next support level we have is down at the 74 area. That's the next area that we'll be looking at to trade. And the resistance on the upside would be back up at even. And kind of in the middle here, we got to be a little bit patient and wait for the market to kind of give us an opportunity to trade. We like to have reasons to trade. And in addition to that, we're probably looking about, on an average, 4 to 5 trades in the course of a day on average. So we focus more as well on the morning hours to give us our opportunities to trade. The morning hours gives us good opportunities. The ebbs and flows are there. The volatility, the volume is there. So consequently, we're looking for those hours to trade, and it gives us good entry points and areas where we are obviously looking to maximize profits. All right, market is here kind of hanging on the lows here. Again, support level, next support level will be down at the 74 area. Right now, resistance will be back up at even. Right now, we just gotta be patient. We always are look, like I said, we're always looking for opportunities to trade, and we kind of wait for the market to find those opportunities for us. We don't like to go create trades. All right, so again, it's a light week as far as, well, we just found out that the Fed is going to be having its 2-day meeting, and the results will be out on Wednesday afternoon. Probably everybody's going to be looking for what the verbiage is going to be in regards to how fast or slow they're going to talk about tapering and talk about interest rate hikes and talk about the economy as a whole. So all these things are going to be discussed at their meeting. Everybody will looking forward, and I think after, they're going to be looking at the CPI, the PPI number that comes out on Tuesday, so they'll have that information with them, and then make their decision. And then, as far as the year is concerned, it's probably be about the next biggest release of any information. And we're going to get into a couple weeks into Christmas and a couple weeks into New Year's, so it's going to be kind of slow after that, I would think, unless of course something happens. That's always a possibility that we can never, you can never be, you never know what's going to happen as far as any numbers are concerned. Or any body saying something that could be crazy, or geopolitical situation. Anything could create some volatility, but it is usually going to be slow, and definitely the participants are going to be away because of the holiday. So because of the end of the year stuff. We're just kind of hanging down in here a little bit. Next support level we have is down at 74. Now we basically are looking for our levels to trade off of, as well as price action opportunities. Don't look at time and sales or any of those other uh, things, indicators or whatever you want to call them. But we're basically just looking at these, at the market giving us our opportunities to enter and exit. We feel that the price action is the most important aspect to the element that we're looking at. Gives us the real-time stuff versus like any indicator or something like that that is delayed. All right. And so we don't look at indicators so much as we do the price action. You don't see my trades. No, you don't see my trades because, like I said, everybody trades a little bit differently here. If you will repeat the levels in the chat, if you see the levels in the chat there, they are support and resistance. So obviously, if we're looking for support areas, we're looking for those areas to buy, and resistance areas are areas that are resistance, and obviously areas to sell. So when we talk about them, we talked about adjusting down on the 82 area and how we adjusted that. So we talk you through trades, but again, everybody trades differently and everybody enters trades differently. So the momentum trades that we do take is based on the price action setups. So we do get into momentum trades, but we would like the market to kind of give us those opportunities to set it up for us. So it's not just a one-way thing. We do like obviously we're finding some areas of resistance, but we're also looking for momentum trades when the markets create the opportunity. So the price action is going to help us get into momentum trades. I mean, it's easy to say once the market breaks, 20 S&P points that you think, oh, we should have got in, and we've got to ride the wave, right? I mean, but at the same time, if you used our support levels, you would have probably made it 4 or 5 points out of them, depending on your ability to stay in the trade. And if you got 4 or 5 points out of those trades, out of 2 support levels that we had, you made, let's say, 8 points minimally. Maybe if you're talking about holding on to trades and catching a momentum trade, you're also going to be holding on to levels. So if you did get 4 or 5 points on them, which they were there, if you did get in, you made let's say 8 points out of the move here of 20. So you caught most of the move, but not the same way you're talking about. So again, it's all a matter of how you get in, how you exit. That's all an individualized thing. Even sometimes when you have momentum trades, the rotations to the upside, if you're breaking, can get you out of a trade. Because at some point you can't just stay with it and have a winner become a loser. I mean, I guess you could, but so, it's hard to say, oh yeah, the market's going. It's easy now to look at it and say, oh yeah, the market went down, we should have maybe got in. If you would have told me that, if I would have told you that before the market opened, I wouldn't have known it was going to continue. If I knew it was going to go down, I would have told you. So we just kind of just let the market give us our opportunities to trade and trade off of those areas. We put together a methodology that helps with those trades that we're looking for. So we'll wait for the momentum trades when the market will set it up for us. Well, he should. He went from a regular billionaire to a gazillionaire in 1 year. So he should be named Person of the Year. Elon Musk names Times Person of the Year. Not that many people can go from just being a plain old billionaire to a gazillionaire in 1 year. It's hard to do. I'm sure we can all relate, right? So Don has done it. Yeah, he's trying to take us to another planet. Yeah. Yeah, well, he might be able to do it, but it ain't going to be when we're around. Right now, resistance would be around the 98 to even area. If the market gets back up there, I don't know. We have support down at the uh, 74 area, got down to 78 and change. And now we're just kind of hanging around here. Like I said earlier, we like to average about 4 to 5 trades in the course of a day. And that's what we're looking for on any given day. So we are patient, and we always are looking for reasons to trade, and those reasons to trade, as well as the levels that we gave out, we kind of teach you in our education course that we have, and teach the methodology that we are trading. Again, if you're a new trader, new to trading, to futures trading, it's a great place to learn. If you've been trading for a while, and it adds to your you can add different opportunities and different trades to your repertoire of setups that you have. Either way, it's one of those things that we as traders are always looking for different ways of making money, right? Well, I mean, they're having like everybody's got a COVID breakout on the team, so they're lacking personnel. I don't know if you know, if you don't know if you know that, but so yeah, they're talking about the Bulls losing a couple games in a row, and they have another game tomorrow, which they actually for the first time might have to postpone an NBA game because they might not have enough players. Even their bench players are not. Everybody's sick. We're back here on the lows. We're looking at 74, our next support level. We had resistance up there at the 98 to even area, but that did not get up there. And now we're kind of just, I guess we're a little range bound here. And like I said, it's an issue that they're concerned about that I heard. So they were legitimately talking about canceling the trade. So who knows? Canceling the game. All right, we continue to downtick here, looking at the 74 area, so next support area that we're looking for. All right, market down ticking here a little bit. Thank you. You too there. Philip, have a good day. All right, quickly coming down here to the 74 area. Again, just use your, keep your stops in place. We're not going to love any trade that we have on. This market continues to get weak here. I mean, really have no news whatsoever as why this market is just staying weak. Again, just use your stops, and we're not trying to outthink the market here. Next support level we have is down at the 66. And unfortunately, we have gotten into the same range that we've been at for the last 4 days. That's the amazing part. We are in the same range that we are. Thought we were going to break out of it, but nope. See what it wants to do here. All right, we drifted down to 69 and then popped back up here. We were looking at 74 to help us out, but obviously we kind of ran through that a little bit. And that's why we keep our stops in place, and we're looking at the 66 as the next support level. Let me give you some levels here below that. We got 66, then 58, 50, 41, and 33. Below the 66, we've got 58, 50, 41, and then 33. Again, we don't know which way the markets are going to trade or not. We adding some levels here below, but again, those are levels that we're going to try to find as opportunities or not. And this is where that's why you keep your stops in place and then look for next trade. First two levels worked very nicely where we were able to maximize profits there. And now we're just kind of continuing to downtick here. And looking at the 66 as next support. If you look at the chat box area, you see the additional levels that we're using. Like I said, the market seems to have decided that it wants to stay in the same range as it was at for the last well, since last Tuesday. It's been a week. If we don't continue to break here, we'll see. See what happens. Next support here is coming down here to 66 area. Could we've gotten short anywhere? You would have had to guess that the market was going to rotate back up to 88 there and stop. I mean, like I said, we had 98 above, and now right now our resistance would be around the 90 area. All right, market staying weak. Bonds here continue to slowly uptick. They are just a little concerned, maybe a little flight to quality. But again, if they start talking about interest rate hikes and stuff like that, that's not going to continue to happen. We'll see what happens there. All right, we are kind of hanging here, trying to see what it wants to do. And the resistance right now would be around 88 to 90. Next support level we have is down at the 66. Again, we keep your stops in place. We don't love any trades. We are just trading the ebbs and flows of the market when they are giving us that opportunity. All right, market popping back up. We're going to resistance around 88 to 90 area. And again, we are unfortunately back in the same range we were at for the last, oh, it's going to be a week now. All right, things have quieted down here a little bit. The market's still kind of a little bit weak, obviously. Again, where we try to find our entry points is based on the price action, so we have to be patient. Kind of hard to figure out that it's going to stop at certain areas to get short or vice versa. At least we have our levels that give us a good reason that we think the market might give us some support or resistance. Again, if you look at the chat box here, you will see the levels that we gave out this morning as a guide to the day. And we already added some more levels to the downside here. And well, we'll see what the market takes us. We are definitely at the markets. We can't create the volatility that's in there, and we're not even trying to guess which way the market goes. We're just trading the opportunities that are presented, that the market presents us. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat box area. Right, obviously things have slowed down here a little bit, so we can only wait for opportunities to trade when they present themselves. Patience is important in this game, finding the entry points for good trades versus trades that are just, you would be guessing, not really the best idea here. So at least we, if the trade's not going to work, at least we had a reason that we had it on and it worked for us in the past. And if it's not working this time, that's fine. We'll look for a next opportunity. But to just trade because markets are moving one way is not a good reason to trade. We're always looking for reasons to trade. And we show you a lot of reasons in our education course that we offer. Yeah, 66 is still, well, got down to 67 and change, so maybe a little bit of an adjustment to the downside. Resistance will be around the 88 to 90 area. Support a little bit, make a little bit of an adjustment down to the 65 area there instead of 66. Well, all I know is that we're in the same range we were at for last week. And we are definitely, I thought we were going to break up a little, break above it. And then it just come right back and kind of see where it wants to do. I mean, we did the FOMC, they start their 2-day meeting tomorrow. So I don't know if much is going to happen. We do have the PPI number tomorrow, so that could create a little volatility. And next level resistance is right around the 88 to 90 area still, and seems like maybe we're bouncing up here a little bit. Kind of, this is no trade zone in here. Well, if there was anybody that was going to jinx it, you just did. We are a little range bound here. A little bit, got a little bit skittish here, just a little, just right now, see what it wants to do. And support right now would be down at, well, let's make an adjustment down at 66, probably looking at 65 or 64. Yeah, it is. It gets in this range and it just dies, and there's not much you could do about it. You just got to be patient. If you try to look for trades, that's when you get yourself in trouble. All right, the range bound here coming down to the bottom of this little range that they've created for itself. Can be a little bit careful there around the 66 area. It's not setting up too well anymore. All right, market went right down to 65.75 there against our 66 area. Again, if you made the adjustment, obviously you didn't get filled, but if you kept it in there, you did okay with the level. And if you're a little bit more risk averse, you probably made the adjustment a little bit, but if you stuck with it, you got a nice rotation here off of the 66 area. Give you those levels underneath, 58 and 50, 41 and 33. Those are the levels on the downside that we have as well. As the market here continues to stay a little bit weak. But a nice little bounce there against our 66 area. If you stayed with it. As you can tell, they kind of sucked out some of the volatility. It's in the market. It's going to be looks like it's going to definitely trading a lot less. And that's what be a little bit patient and wait for the opportunities. We talked about that all morning. We like to wait for opportunities. We had our levels that we traded off of, and 3 of our levels worked very nicely for multiple points, more than a 2 or 3 point stops that we're looking at. And we did kind of run over on the 74 a little bit. VIX is trading at a 20 handle, so it's not too bad. There are the levels for us that are a guide for the rest of the day, and those are there for you to use to help you find those areas that we might think might give us an opportunity to make a little bit of money off of those levels, in addition to price action opportunities. Right now we've got resistance around the 80 area. Anything above 84, you want to be out of any shorts, and there's a little bit more resistance up there around the 88 area. If we get above 90, looks like the market might want to rotate back up. If anybody has any questions, good time to ask right now, as we're going to be coming here to the end of the morning session. Again, we focus more on the morning session to give us our opportunities. You can see how the market's they've sucked out some of the volatility already, and it's been range bound here, 8-point range here for the last 35, 40 minutes, kind of going back and forth, going nowhere fast, but it did dip down to the 66 and it bounced back up here in the middle of the range. Unfortunately, it's the same range we've been at for the whole week or so. So let's see what it wants to do here, if it's going to continue to downtick or stay in that range. We'll see. We thought we were going to break out of it this morning when we opened up a little bit higher, but they kind of gave all that up and coming back down here. So all we do is trade opportunities, trade ebbs and flows. We're not looking to make home runs here. We're here at an everyday basis looking to scalp the market and look for opportunities to trade. Again, we're looking for 4 to 5 opportunities or trades in a day on average, and we focus more on the morning hours to help us find those opportunities. All right, so we have our parameters or next support levels you have there. If you look at the chat, they're up there for you, and be a little bit careful here, as afternoon trade gets a little bit more stickier than the morning trade does. I'll get back here in a bit.
Hey, I just wanted to pop in if anybody has any questions about our services. If you have reviewed our website, you'll pick up on what we have to offer here. I'll send out a link so you can review the website. Website is tradealongtradingacademy.com. Tradealongtradingacademy.com. I noticed that we had some questions from individuals that are looking to either start out trading, which is great, or looking to tune up their trading strategy. And we do that for you in the Trading Academy, our Trading Academy, and I'll send out the link to you now. Part of the Trading Academy opportunity is to be refreshed, focused, updated based on your current trading strategy. Saul is your host, mentor, and teacher. He takes you into private class. He teaches you, updates you, tweaks you, and then you have the ability to come in here as a proving ground into this Trade Along Live session. So we've broken up the Academy into two parts. One is this Trade Along Live session, which is a standalone subscription service, and you can review that on the website. Or you could pick Saul's Trading Education, and it comes bundled with access to this Trade Along Live session on a daily basis. Christoph, let me know how you're making out and what you're doing. Hey, Anupam, how are you? Art, let me know what you're doing. Jamie, Jim T. Hey, Julio, how are you? Joel, Marie, VQ. Just give me a quick shout out. Let me know how you're making out. Review the website, and we can take it from there. Appreciate it. Thank you. If you want to invite your friends or come into the service, register just for a guest pass for this Trade Along Live session. It's tradealonglive.com. Tradealonglive.com. And we hope to see you on the other side.